In this video, we're going to continue on with our B7 Pisces project. However, I really recommend that you do watch the previous working with videos to see how it is we've compiled this project. There is a lot to learn. For now, what I want you to see is this. When I select an object, automatically here in the Object Manager, it opens up and we can see that that object is Zapfino Extra LTX Pro. That's the name of the font. If I select the background, come down here to the master page, on the background layer we can see we have a rectangle. That's what the object is. If we come over to the Object Properties docker, we can learn more about the selected object. In this case, we can see the fill is a deep purple, and this is the CMYK value that has created that deep purple. If I were to select this line here, we can see the line has a width, a color, and a style, and so on. For every object that we select, there are a number of closely related properties. Now what we can do is take all of those closely related properties and we can specify them together in what we call an object style. Creating object styles is really very easy. Now this rectangle being used in the background for paper is an object and it has a fill. Therefore we can create an object style from it. Simply right click on the object, come down to Object Styles, New Style From, and we're going to select Fill. This rectangle has no outline, meaning it has no outline color as well, so all we're interested in is the fill characteristics. Let's click Fill. We're going to call this Paper, so it'll be a paper style, and because I don't have the Object Styles docker open, I have an option for it to open automatically. So I'll leave this selected and click OK. Here's the style here. Under Styles, we have Paper, and it has a little fill bucket. The little fill bucket lets us know that this is a fill style. Now watch this. You can see that this fill style has this fill color associated. Now if I deselect the object, you'll notice that the fill still remains. Now it's very important you understand this. When I go to the Object Properties docker, when I select the background, we can see that same fill. However, when I deselect, it's gone. What I want you to see here in Object Styles is that this fill color is associated now with this style. And whatever this style is applied to, this fill color will affect it. I don't have the background selected anymore. However, the background is made up of this fill style. So if I change the fill style color, the background changes automatically. If you think about that, when I apply that fill style to many objects and then I change, then all of the objects will change with that style. Now that the Object Styles docker is open, another way we can create a style is to go straight to Styles. Right click, choose New Style, and I'm going to create an outline style. I'm going to right click on my new outline style, go to Copy Properties From, and then click on the object that I want to gather those properties from. And here they are here, the outline properties that are now associated with this style. Click in here again to rename, and I'll call that line. And as with the paper style, we have the little pen alongside of that style letting us know it's an outline style. Effectively, we are continuing to gather and create a number of styles so that when we move on to other elements of our entire project, it could be a business card, it may be a poster, whatever it is, we have the same set of styles and parameters that we've utilized for this project available for us in our next project. A third way to create a new style is to simply click the New Style button. Choose what type of style, and I'm going to create a character style. Now very quickly I want you to see that we can actually manually add the characteristics or properties to that style. I could, for example, choose Zapfino, then choose the color, or as we've done so far, right click, choose Copy Properties From, and then of course click on the typeface. And that at least updates the point size as we had already applied all of our other properties. Well, let's rename that to B7 Pisces. And now we're going to go ahead and look at creating style sets. To date, we've been creating styles, as we just did with our B7 Pisces character style. Remember that styles are groups of closely related properties that can be specified together. As we've done here with our character, we have the font, the point size, color, etc. in that style group. A style set is where we can specify an arrangement of properties as required. They allow us to specify properties in different types of styles at the same time. For example, a style set can specify character, fill, outline properties, an array of possibilities. To demonstrate this, I'm going to go to page 4, and here I'm going to select this text frame where I've recently just put in the phone numbers to demonstrate this to you. If I in fact come over to the Object Properties Docker, you can see here under Character we have the Fruitica font, point size, color. We even have the open type features. If I select Paragraph, we also have right justification, some line spacing, character spacing, word spacing, and so forth. We could also have an outline and any type of fill that we wanted. The point is that all of this can be combined together into a style set, and it's very easy to do. Simply click and drag the text frame onto the style set title, release, and automatically we now have a new style set. In fact, I'm going to quickly rename that Contact Info. Underneath, we can see all of the parameters. We can see under Character, the font type, point size, fill color, and open type features. As we scroll down to Paragraph, you can see 102, line spacing, all the character and word spacing, and so forth. It's a very powerful way to combine specific properties together. Now that we've created all of our styles, I'm going to go ahead and export this as a style sheet. Creating a CDSS style sheet is very much the same as creating a CSS style sheet, of course, when we create web pages, for those of you who know that. The CD stands for CorelDRAW style sheet. Well, I'm going to save this as B7 Pisces. Click Export, and we're presented with the Export Style Sheet dialog. By default, styles and style sets are selected. Now, if we were wanting to save default object properties as well, which we don't want because all of the properties we want are contained in our styles, we'd choose this option. If we were creating color styles, which we will do in our next video, then I would save this option as well. But for right now, let's just go with that. The advantage is that when I start my next project, and of course I want this same look, style and feel as we have here, I can simply click Import Style Sheet and then apply these styles throughout the design for the same look and feel. To demonstrate this, I'm going to come up to Window, Dockers, and I'm going to open the Connect tray. I've actually created a brand new tray called Packaging and Business Cards, and inside we have the same logo that we've been using for our previous project and a new design that I've created called Packaging. Now I'm going to right click and just simply choose Open. You'll notice inside of this design I have two power clip frames, and this is where we're going to place our fish logo. So I'm going to do that first off. Click and drag and drop straight into the power clip frame, and again click, drag and drop into the power clip frame. Now I can close down my tray, F4 on my keyboard just to zoom in a little. Now what this is it's a packaging design, and it's very easy to create a packaging design like this using any one of a number of the line tools. Now because we want this box to take on the same branding and appearance as our previous project, I'm going to go ahead and import the style sheet we created. Double click on the B7 Pisces.cdss file. These are the two options that we exported with, so therefore I want to obviously import those. Now the most obvious and easiest thing for you to see straight off is if I select my packaging outline, then select the paper fill style and click Apply to Selected. How easy was that? Let's select the zoom tool now and quickly zoom in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the line style. These are the properties of the line style, but I want you to watch this. As I select my freehand tool, finger on control, click and click. When I release, you can see that the properties of the line are not reflected by the line style. If I go to the Object Properties Docker, you can see it's a different set of parameters altogether. Back to Object Styles. It really is a case of you always have to apply the style. If, however, we were to create default object properties, then every time we create a particular type of object, which could be a line, it would always be created in that style. Well, I'm just going to change the title, so I'll just double click on this to B7 Pisces. Then what we want to do is come across and select the character style and click Apply to Selected. Automatically, our type is converted to the parameters of the B7 Pisces. The point size is too large, so why don't we, from the drop down menu here, simply drop it back to 24 point, and I'll place that there like that. I'm going to come up to View and down to Alignment Guides, and I want to align B7 Pisces with the logo above. So click and drag when that center line appears, release. Now I'm going to select all of the objects below, the line and the other pieces of text, finger on Shift, then select the B7 Pisces last. Because that's been centered, I'm going to now center the others to the B7 Pisces. So C on my keyboard. These align to that because that was the last object selected in that group of objects. Over to our other text frame. Select the contact info in the same way as we have before. Click Apply to Selected. It's too large again. So let's come over to Object Properties. And what we're going to do here is we'll drop the point size back to 12. Have a look at what that's like. Still a little too large. Let's come back to 11. And that fits nicely. We'll also come down to Paragraph and align left. And in fact, we'll scroll down a little bit more and just make a couple of more adjustments. Let's increase the line spacing until it just goes all the way to the bottom, and it makes it that little easier to read, as we've learnt. Let's select our other pieces of text, and we'll just click on the color white, F4 zoom out, and all we have left to do is to adjust our logos. So double click, and I'm going to just rotate that a little, click again, shrink it down in size. That looks good. Finish editing this level, double click, and in fact, rather than do that, I think what I'll do here is simply click Fit Contents Proportionately. Right click to remove the outline color of the rectangle. We're right clicking on the No Color Well, and doesn't that look fantastic? How easy was that to create in the same manner as our previous project by importing the styles and using the styles for our design? In our next video, we're going to look at the subject of color styles.